Hello and welcome to the Life Pod, hosted by Michael Panay
and Karim Dow, brought to you by MK Enterprises, a community based on discussing life topics and driving continual personal development and growth.
Send through any topics you want covered and be sure to follow and tag us on all social media at MK Enterprises. We hope you enjoy today's episode. It's afternoon.
Yeah, you hope so.
It's afternoon here in Melbourne.
Welcome back. What's happening?
Hello, everybody.
Life Pod fam, MK fam.
No, we'll say MK fam.
MK fam.
MK fam.
Friends. Podcast friends.
Guys, we just want to say welcome back to episode 5. It's in the afternoon for us. So, all right, I'm done. I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Stop touching the mic.
It's all right. If you're in my position, it's quite hard. All right, I just can't. Anyway.
Just quick note, I genuinely look forward to this.
To what?
Like, no matter how serious the topic is, like, whatever it may be, business, life, something super important that can help people. It's like, I look forward to talking.
So do I.
I love talking.
I love it too. You'd hope so, doing a podcast. It's a pretty shitty day in Melbourne today. The weather is, as always, awful. It's
so much for summer, brother.
I know.
What do you think this is, April Fool's? Fix the weather.
But so it's the weather's pretty bad today. We're here, Krim and I are here. Because we filmed this on a Friday.
I don't think they care, bro. Let's provide some value.
Okay, well, yeah, it's Friday anyway. It's bad
Happy
weather.
Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
JR.
So today's episode, we are touching on manifestation. We're gonna talk about what we think it is currently without knowing or doing any research.
Exactly. So manifestation.
Let's get yours.
Yeah.
So what do you think it is?
Can I just go back 1 sec? Just before that, can I just add something?
Yeah, go for it.
So as Michael was saying, it's manifestation and like how and the importance of how that links to your goals. Like that's what today is about. So now we can jump into it. So
also, sorry, how it connects to your goals. We're also going to have a look at different types of manifestation because there's a few out there. Krim and I did a bit of research throughout the week, and it was crazy. It was crazy how deep it goes.
Yeah, like the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and how many different types of ways you can manifest. So we'll touch on that as well, and also the actual definition of what it is.
Yeah. So to me, like manifestation is like a goal you have in mind, whether it be, obviously in my perspective, it's mainly tangible things. So like a car, a house, a watch, a laptop, a phone, whatever it may be. And it's like genuinely seeing it all the time, thinking about it. And it's not just like, oh yeah, like I want this thing and I'm going to get it one day. It's really like feeling it, touching it, really understanding what it's going to be like having that item. And someone who's really big on this, and I'll give him a shout out because he sort of really got me into it. He's the one who, these two boys made me set my lock screen to pretty much help me manifest my goals.
Yeah.
And it's Jason Galea and Ben Scott from SDC Fit, the two boys that run the Standout PT course. And it's like, everybody knows you're on your phone a million times a day.
Yeah.
You open, close. And every time I unlock my phone, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that from there, but it's like the car I want, the gym, a couple little quotes, a guy with a nice body, all those sorts of things. And it's like every time I open my phone, it's like I look at that. And it sort of just confirms every day. It's like, when it's early in the morning, I got to get up for work, or if I'm late at night, I'm writing a program, whatever. It's like, it just reminds me, it's like, I'm doing this for later, for the long-term goal, for these images that are one day going to be mine. They're going to be tangible. They're going to be in my possession.
Yeah.
So that's like my sort of general take on the whole thing. And as you said, like there's a million different types, but that's sort of how I see it.
Yeah, cool.
It's like think it, believe it, own it. Like own it before owning it.
Yeah.
It's the best way I could put it.
I'm very similar. So for me, manifestation is identifying a goal of your choice. For me, it's not necessarily tangible. It could be tangible in terms of like a car and a house, like you said. But I believe people can also manifest like
a lifestyle
or love as well. So if they want to have it's very cultural as well, which is we'll talk about it a bit later.
Just quickly on that, sorry to cut you off, but the whole, non-tangible lifestyle thing, to an extent, I think that is tangible. Hear me out, because it's like without the car, without the house, without the watch, without the nice clothes, without the freedom of time and doing the job you love, those things are tangible. So without that, without those tangible items, are you living your desired, manifested, quote unquote, lifestyle?
That's a very good point. That's actually a genuine, very good point, because
because if you let's paint a picture for everyone.
So can I just clarify? You're saying if you don't have the car, is that what you're saying?
So let me paint a picture. So you've manifested. Let me just adjust my mic real quick. So you've manifested in your head. So everybody, close your eyes. You got this nice, beautiful Ferrari. You got this nice mansion. You've outsourced. You've got your business running for you. You've got a family. You got kids. You got all the time in the world. You can afford what you want. There's no stresses, no debt, all those sorts of things. You've got all the nice clothes. So you're cool. That's the life you live. Everybody can imagine that. You're living by the pool, on the beach, whatever. If I take away your car, take away the nice house, put you in a normal house, normal car, keep your freedom of time, it's like, is that the lifestyle you were living? You wanted? Not, in my opinion, no. Because
that's your opinion. So I reckon it definitely has a lot to do with the individual and what their goal is. Because think about it like this. If you're on the street, you're homeless, you're not going to manifest a mansion. You're going to manifest a house, a roof, and happiness in a different way. Does that make sense? You're going to manifest having a car, no matter what car, a basic, So I really think it depends on the person and what their, like you said, like what their goal or objective is. Some people out there literally do not care about stars. Exactly.
That's it's really contextual, because like some people that, let's just say, homeless or like doing it really tough financially, like whatever it may be.
But like there's some people out there that don't want the house. They just want happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my view on it is identifying what you want and literally putting, like you said, putting your mind to it and putting your thoughts to it. So physically, visually as well. But I think for me, one thing I do is I really try to nail and knuckle down on the details. So if I'm manifesting my house, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's just me, and you guys let us know how you guys manifest. We'll put a poll up or something on our Instagram page. Yep. But I manifest the details. So like in my house, I'm picturing my kitchen, and like I'm even picturing the details of like coffee machine and shit everywhere in the house, in the kitchen as well. My bedroom, I'm picturing what my wardrobe is looking like. I'm picturing like what color palettes I'm going to use. Like I like to go into detail like that because it becomes more real. But definitely how you said, touching and so when you go to like, there's the most time, like throughout my life, the spikes of inspiration for me is when I'm in a nice car, or I'm in, when you go, have you ever been to those houses, those open houses, like when they got brand new plans and stuff?
Inspections and stuff?
No, not inspection, like display homes.
Yep.
So if you go into display, like I went in display homes a few years ago and I freaked out, like just brand new appliances, brand new builds. They look gorgeous, like gorgeous homes. And it gets you going for wanting to strive for those goals that you have.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my view on manifestation. What do I do now currently? Very similar to Karim. I used to have a wallpaper on my phone because I believe it's important. Like you mentioned, you see it every day, you're on it all the time. So if you're seeing that every day when you're on it, it's a wake up. At the moment, I've got our logo on there, which is cool because it just reminds me that I've got a responsibility, and me and you both have a responsibility to do that.
On saying that, it's like, it's not just about like the image. Again, this is sort
about
of
the meaning as well.
Exactly. It's sort of what Leo said about the whole car thing. It's not just about the car. It's what it means. So it's like, that logo isn't just our logo. It's what that logo means to you. Like we've already got plans for 5, 10, 15 years of future. On. So it's not just, like we do a podcast now. It's, we're going to do this. We're going to do this planned out. We're going to work with this person. We're going to have this building, whatever it may be that we've already planned. Like that's what you see when you see our logo.
It's a response. I look at it and I see it as like a responsibility, like a badge, like it's, like a child. Like it's our child.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's like, sorry, excuse me. It's like having a photo of a child on your phone, right? Because that's what you want to work for and create success for your child, or for a love. Like that's what it's like, similar for me. So that's that's my.
I wanted to touch on what you said about whole like the wallpaper and stuff. And I know that there's a few guys that we want to connect with that are very, very big on it. And one guy that always shares it very openly is Oscar Ledlin. He puts it always, he'll be at the office at like 7:30 at night. He's got both his computer screens up. He's got his Ferrari. Everybody knows that Oscar's probably soon buying a Ferrari. Like it's always on his thing. He's got the house, he's got the car, he's got his girlfriend, he's got, all the things that he wants. And it's just like, again, you get up, you see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. And the whole thing that you said about being very clear with it, that's so important. And Troy Candy always said this, and even Drake said it with the whole Rolls Royce thing.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so what Drake did there, if nobody knows, is when Drake was in his starting days of success, he would literally, and I saw this he would literally go and hire a Rolls Royce every day for important times in his life when he was driving to the studio or stuff like that, or driving to a mini show that he was doing. This is like pre-Drake.
It's like 2008, 2009, early days.
Early days. So he would literally go off and rent a Rolls Royce just to get the feeling and the understanding of what it was like to be in that position and feel it, really, really feel it, like tangible, like you said. So yeah, sorry, and continue.
That's why I'm really, really big on it. So literally, like, it's, again, this is what, the boys from STC Fit told me. It's not just about like cool having that photo on your phones. Like, for example, if there's a particular car, think about what the leather's going to smell like.
Exactly.
What the engine's going to sound like.
Yeah.
The stitching, how it's going to hug.
The noise of the belt zipping over.
Yeah, like all the little shit. Like you said, like even for me, like with the house I want or the car I want, it's like I already know exactly what modification I'm going to do, what year I want it, the number plates I want to get, what color, the wheels, all the little shit. That, because having clear goals is so important.
For sure.
And that's the same thing with like my personal training client. It's not just like, cool, like I want to gain muscle. Like, what does that mean? Or it's like, oh, like, yeah, I want to lose weight. If you go take a shit, you will literally lose weight. Like, if you jump back on the scale after taking a shit, you're literally lighter.
Yeah, you need to set specific.
Exactly. It could be like, I want to lose 3 kilos within, let's just say, 9 weeks by this date. And then you have something to, again, we said this in the last episode, reverse engineer and work towards. And again, it's like, but again, that links in with like, what does it look like? What does it mean for you to lose that weight? Is it a self-esteem thing? Is it a personal goal thing? Is it proving a point?
That's going.
What's it going to feel like when you reach that? That's what's important. What does it feel like to have that item that you're manifesting?
Yeah, that's going back to like people having their own different types of things. Although I've got a manifestation in my head of what car and what house I want, I tend to manifest a lot in terms of like career and business and what I want to do. So it can be completely, the whole manifestation thing is so broad on what you can actually picture. Yeah. And I'm a huge believer in energy. And when I say,
here we go again.
no, it's not going again. Not going to episode 3. When I say energy, I'm a big believer into when an individual puts thought, passion, and love into an action, into what they want to get and what they aspire to reach to. There's no question there into anything stopping you. Like, you can literally barge through anything when you've got those backing you. And your energy is just unstoppable. Like, you're on a roll, you're going. I'm also in the sense of like, when you believe and really put your mind to it, you'll be amazed at what your body, your mind can do.
So
for sure.
In simple, correct me if I'm wrong, that literally just sounds like something that everybody's very familiar with. And again, somebody who's quite well known is very big on this. Again, Troy Candy is very big on the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Your mind is a magnet. And again, it's some people say it's the same as manifesting. Where I personally sort of think it's sort of like on the same train track as it, but they're sort of different. It's more just like, cool. It's like thinking positive, being positive, wanting that thing to come into your life, putting out good energy comes back.
Getting it back, yeah.
It's almost like a form of karma.
Yeah. Do you believe in karma?
I do.
All right. Me as well.
Because like I said, you put out good energy, you do good energy. But the thing is, it's like it never happens on the spot.
No.
Especially like, this is sort of like just like, especially for like karma. Like,
yeah, this is a side conversation.
Like you do a good deed for someone, help them out on the side of the road if the car's broken down. And it's like, you're not just going to have a good day the next day. It could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, and vice versa if you do something bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like,
and it works both ways. So if you're doing something bad, you know about it.
Yeah.
Then I also think it depends if you're doing. So we're getting a bit sidetracked now. I also think it depends. Like, if you see someone pulled on the side of the road, and you go to help them purely for the fact that you want good back, it's not going to come back.
Yes, you have to do it with pure intention.
You have to do it with pure intentions and pure honesty in yourself. That's for sure. Anyway, off topic.
With the whole law of attraction thing, it's like, again, it's like if you always see it, your mind is a magnet. And like on that, it's your result of your environment. If you got friends who are working hard, trying to save, got their goals set, working on their businesses, working on themselves, personally developing, all those sorts of things, it's like, you think it's like, I wonder what happens if I could do that, if I put work into myself. And again, you start attracting these good thoughts, this good energy. Like, I want money, I'm going to make more money. How can I make more money? Again, your friends start making more money, like you want to level up.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's vice versa. If they're just, in the slums doing whatever, or just,
That's a big thing on like who you spend your time with as well.
And again, that links in again with manifestation and law of attraction. Cause like,
and it's cultural as well.
Yeah.
So like if you want to be a businessman, you're not going to go off and necessarily spend time with someone who, I mean, you learn from everything, but you wouldn't go off and spend time with someone who's in a bad state, or, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like you would want to spend time with businessmen and business people, like just business people, right? And you would want to, you would want to see what they're doing and understand how they do it and just get a better idea. So one thing that was very interesting is when we did some research into manifestation, we found that there's actually a lot of different types of manifestation and ways you can manifest things in your head. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to the actual definition of what it is.
Yes, we fucking
skip that. So if you got it in front of you, I've got it too. Yeah. It's so on Google in like fine terms, it's an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something abstract or theoretical. So that abstract or theoretical would be your goal.
Yes. And just quickly on that, I know we're talking about, real big things like cars, houses, watches, all those sort of things, but it could be like really, really small. And I literally did this at the start of the year. It's like, you'll be planning your birthday, 21st, 25th, 30th. And it's like, you've just got this idea of how the night's going to run.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be wearing this, this shirt, your favorite dress. You got your hair done by this person. You got your curls done, all that sort of thing. You just know that, cool, the DJ is going to come and everything's going to, and it's like, and then the night comes and it happens like that. It's genuine manifestation.
And it's a good feeling too.
Yeah, it is.
You could literally think of, all right, I'm going to the shops now. I know what I'm going to buy. Like, just pick, like, I reckon look, is it effective and is it like important? Not necessarily, but it's a type,
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the definition. So an event or action or object that clearly shows or embodies something abstract or theoretical. So the event, action, or object could be anything. So that's what we're going to elaborate on now, is when we did some research into manifestation, we found there's actually like 4 different types of manifestation. So there's visible manifestation, which would be photos.
So again, that's like us setting our background on our phones, our laptops, seeing that sort of stuff.
Vision board.
Yeah, vision boards.
That's a vision board for sure.
Technically, our phones are vision board. They're just mini versions of a vision board. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think you could have like a big, I think a big one's effective too, like in your room or in your office or something like that. Like how you saying Oscar Ledlin has got on his huge computer.
Both screens. Yeah.
So there's visible manifestation, which is photos, videos, which are quite effective and both Krim and I use, and and I believe that they're really good. They help you re-understand all the time. There's also physical manifestation, which is an interesting one because this entails you being sort of like physical in a way. Like obviously it's like dress code, right? So dress code, cultural lifestyle, and like you said, the house and the cars. So that's more of the physical aspect. So that's when you're sitting there and you're feeling and you're creating in your head, so you're seeing the house, you're physically seeing the house, you're physically in the car, you're physically, whether you're going to BMW for a test drive or Audi or Merc or whatever your dream car is and just sitting in it for like 10 minutes.
And again, that's like
That's a type of manifestation as well.
Feeling the engine, hearing it, knowing what you look like. Again, it could even be manifesting. You literally said emotional and spiritual.
Yeah.
So it's like manifesting the feeling that it gives you driving it. Or like being in that house, or being in that, having that watch on your hand, whatever it may be.
That's yeah. So dress code is one too. And I'm not going to for me, dress code is very, very big. It really works because I remember the days when I was working properly and I had meetings every day. And when you have a different feeling in you as a person when you're waking up, you're putting trackies and a hoodie on compared to waking up, having a proper program, putting a shirt on and a blazer or like a jacket or something like that.
For a very simple example, I'm sure most people have been to big social events like weddings, engagements, all that sorts of things. It's like the day you wake up, you could be 15, 16 years old. You don't, doesn't matter. It's like
you feel special.
You put on a shirt and a suit and you feel $1 million.
Exactly. You feel $1 million.
It's that same sort of thing.
That's what it is at the end of the day. And it's like for the girls as well, when you're, I guess, I don't know, maybe not. I don't get my lashes or my nails done, but I'm assuming it's the
like
same.
When we get a haircut. You get the fresh fade, you're feeling yourself, feel $1 million.
Yeah, so if girls when they get their nails or stuff done, it's the same thing. And guys, when we get like a haircut and stuff,
and you get your eyebrows sorted.
Yeah. Or cream.
Oh, it's very good.
I need
get them done. Anyway. We're going to put a poll up on Instagram if Mike was to thread his eyebrows.
No, it hurts so much. Anyway, so yeah, it can literally go to that extent too physically. I'm actually going to throw a challenge out for us next week.
I'm scared.
I'm going to put that at the end of this episode. I've got it here and we're not going to forget. We're going to do it. All right. And then we did visual, physical, and there's also mental. So mental manifestation is purely in your head. So it's not touching. It's not visualizing. It is in a sense, but in your head. So it's like creating your own in your head. So it's meditation in a sense. Have you meditated before?
No.
Okay.
But see, it's funny that you bring up all these things. So like visible, obviously we spoke about that. Physical, we spoke about that. But in my personal opinion, from what I've read and from what I've done myself in terms of manifestation, it almost seems like mental / meditation encompasses all of the physical aspects. Because our brain, and it's almost...
It does.
Because think about this. We almost like daydream, yeah? It's like daydreaming. It's like you close your eyes, you think, cool, like... Let's just say you're eating an ice cream or eating a chicken parma. In your head, you're just picturing like the chicken, the meat, the ham, the salt. Like you can picture it. Yes, I'm hungry, okay? But like what I'm saying is like without it being there, without seeing a photo of it, in your head, you can close your eyes and in your head, there's a photo of a parma. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know exactly what it looks like. You know how you're going to feel when you eat it. So it's pretty cool how our brain can do that without actually having all those physical items in front of us.
Bro, the power of the brain is something else. Like when you literally put your mind to it, it's crazy.
So yeah, my point was, it's like, in my personal opinion, I don't know if this is true, but it's like almost that the mental side of manifestation inside of our head encompasses the visual and physical side of things as well.
I think it does. I agree
to an extent.
I agree to you to an extent, but I also think like when you get in the depths of your mind mentally, it's a different level of understanding. So mental manifestation is can be like meditation, which is, and I'm going to touch on it for a bit because I've tried to meditate before. Do I do it effectively? I don't know. Did I feel a benefit from it? I did, I guess, a little bit. I felt more like calm throughout the day. So like it's just me waking up in the morning and taking 5-10 minutes to really like concentrate on my thoughts throughout the day and understand what my goals are. In that sense, understand what I'm working for and tell myself, that as well. It's not me lighting sage and, on a yoga mat. It's not that. It's like, I don't think it has to be that either. Yeah. I think that helps, but I don't think it needs to get to that stage. It's just in your head.
It sounds silly and it sounds like very cliche, but it's like literally just getting zen with yourself.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
It's not just rushing into life as soon as you wake up. It's cool. Collecting your thoughts, knowing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Catching your breath.
For sure.
Going deep into that.
Then there's also spirit. This is very interesting. I'd be curious to see how many people know about this side of manifestation. Because then there is something called spiritual manifestation, which is...
Yeah, so that's weird. So
this
I don't know much about this because it could mean a million things. Because again, spirit just the whole, this could go on forever. So the whole term spiritual thing means so much to different people. So Michael, what I was saying is, what you're trying to say is, for an example, I know in my religion and like Muslims, and I'm assuming Orthodox and Christians do the same. It's sort of like, oh, like one day I hope to buy this car, and then like,
having faith in that religion or that spirit.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, in Arabic we say like inshallah, which means like if God wills it to be.
Mm.
Is that sort of what you mean? Like, I want to buy a car if God wills it to be.
I would say so, but from what I'm reading, it's a bit of both. So a lot of, from like the stuff I've done from spiritual manifestation is there's something called the moon ritual. All right. So what this is people manifesting using the moon. Does that make sense?
I mean, I get it, because the moon cycles.
All right. So it's based. So spiritual, from what I've seen now, is like a moon is you picture what you want and you do it at the peak of when the moon's out. It's like a full moon. So
it's not like once every
30 days.
Yeah.
Or 30 or so days. And you get it. So the idea is that when you do it on the full moon, it somehow provides more power to your thought. Does that make sense?
So it sort of almost links back to the whole energy thing.
Yeah, yes, it does. But it's just another different type of manifestation. So if you
I
guys
know that in a couple religions and beliefs, people think, oh, full moon's good luck and you should do your prayers on that night and that sort of stuff. So
I could see what the correlation.
Yeah, I understand it, but
does it work? We don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't done it before. Karim, I don't think has done it before.
No.
So yeah, we don't know if it works, but it was an interesting point to put out there, that there's people out there that actually manifest based on the moon and whether it's out completely, which is really, really interesting, because I didn't know that. I'm going to touch on it after this episode. I'm just going to read a bit into it.
A big thing I think with any type of manifestation is you can't doubt yourself.
Yes.
That is so. You can have your wallpaper set up. You can have the photos all over your room. You can speak to people. You can go do that test drive. You can look at homes. You can, think in your head, oh, I'm going to have this huge business. I'm going to earn this amount of money. Whatever it may be, anything. No matter what your dreams are, if you don't truly believe it within yourself, you're almost completely stopping yourself from succeeding. in my personal opinion.
For sure.
You've just put a boom, dead stop in all sort of productivity in your head, and you've just killed all all positive thoughts in your head to try and move forward. You've gone, yeah, I wanted this house. And you go, ooh,
can I get it or not? Yeah.
I don't think that's a lot of money. Like, how can I save that money? You've gone, your brain just goes, boop, so you're done.
So self-belief is very important when it comes to manifestation. But I think practicing manifestation increases that.
And vice versa, in my opinion.
Yes.
It could even be little things. It could be like the smallest self-belief. It could have been like, for example, people dieting. It could be like, oh, can I stick to my diet? Like, I'm going to get pretty hungry. Yes, I can. People bulking. Can I eat all my food? Can I fit it all in? Yes, I can. The smallest of things. Or will I be able to fit into these pants by December? Or yeah, I reckon I can. So the smallest thing. So you really cannot, you genuinely have to own it. And again,
for sure.
Again, an easy example. I know I keep going on to cars and houses and boats and that sort of thing. But again, it's not just thinking about, yeah, I'm one day going to own this car. Cool, yeah, it's going to have black leather seats and it's going to go fast and it's going to, look cool. This is my car. I own it. It's registered in my name. I worked for it. I saved my money. I put aside the money. I went and bought it. I signed the papers. It's yours. You own it. And again, the biggest thing, and Leo touched on this, and it's, what feeling does that give you? That's what drives you. That's what drives the manifestation. It's the feeling that these things provide you with. Because again, a car is just an object that probably depreciates in value. But what feeling does it get? Again, it's a milestone. It's what that means.
I just want to bring up a quote from this book, which I haven't personally, I've only read a little bit of it. I haven't completed it, so I didn't get too much into it. But it's called The Secret, which touches on manifestation. And one of the quotes in the book is, the great secret of life is the law of attraction. The law of attraction can also be called the law of creation.
Because you're creating
your reality. You're actually creating your own reality. So in other words, life is not happening to you. You are creating it.
Yeah.
So if you're stuck in bed and you've got no motivation, that's not life happening to you. That's you creating that circumstance for yourself.
Because if you got out of bed and be productive,
that's
then your
you
day
creating
would be productive.
Correct. So that was a really, really good quote I remember from the book that I just got up and read now. So that's called The Secret. So if you guys, it's actually a really good book. It's got really good numbers too. So I just wanted to bring that up quickly without forgetting, because I really like that quote, and it's just touching on like you actually creating your life rather than blaming life. Does that make sense?
I completely understand. A big thing that links in with that is, especially in today's day and age, where like, lockdowns happen, people get tired, you lose motivation, you're like, just CBF today. And it's coming up a lot with even myself. Like, we're all human, shit happens, you have a shit day, you have a shit week, and like you really got to dig deep to, get to where you want to go. And a big thing I think more people, I think I just said the word think about 9 times. Anyways, more people should do or try and do, I think it would be really beneficial.
Did you think about that?
I did think about the word think because I said think so many times.
You thought about think that many times that you said
I thought about
again.
thinking because now I'm thinking about the word think because I said think so many times.
Now I'm thinking about you saying think all the time.
Yes.
Sorry, continue.
I highly recommend people try in their head. Again, you can almost think about it. It pretty much is a sense of manifestation. It is keeping the long-term goal, which is again.
Oh, I agreed with you on this. We discussed this before the episode.
Yeah, keeping the long-term goals, so those manifested cars, houses, boats, business success, money, tangible, non-tangible items.
Yeah,
in the front of your mind. And pretty much the quote is, it's like, success is thinking about what you want now, but doing what needs to be done for later or something like that. And it's like, what you want now is probably to sleep, see your mates, go out clubbing, go out for dinner. When you should be, for your long-term goal is eating well, dieting, getting sleep, getting your steps in, saving your money. So it's keeping the long-term goals in front of your mind, again, which is manifesting the long-term image, the ones that are on your phone, on your laptop.
Because it assists with the hard times of what you're working through right now, for sure.
Again, David Goggins says this, and this links in really, really well. It's don't surrender at the feet of comfort. Because comfort is staying out with your mates, not staying home,
eating
not
that
studying.
burger, eating the
that's
shit.
comfort.
Yeah.
What's not comfortable is not doing that, even though it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes doing hard shit is better for your long-term success.
Yes. I agree.
It's just so hard. It's literally, everything is a mental game. Like, you got to push past the hard times and what feels shit for long-term gain.
For sure. That's a technique I use as well. So
sorry to cut you off.
That's
a
right.
really, really good example. And I'm not discouraging these people at all, but it's just it's an easy analogy for everyone to understand. It's like, for example, the show The Biggest Loser. They put them on these extreme diets, no bad food at all, heaps of cardio, heaps of training, all that stuff, boot camps, and they lose heaps of weight, 50, 60, 70 kilos in 9 weeks. But how much of them put all the weight back on? Because it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And it's too, you know what I mean? So you got to think about what's going to get you to your long-term outcome in the right way.
Yeah. It's hard. It's interesting because I agree with it, but there's also the whole thing of enjoying the journey. So that's where it's a bit of a...
Yes, but don't take shortcuts.
I enjoy it. Agreed. So I think it's finding happiness with... So I think it's finding happiness with understanding why you're doing that and enjoying that process. So instead of you feeling down about yourself that you're not going clubbing tonight or to a bar or to drinks, you're finding the happiness in why you're at home and why you're working.
You're happy that now you have more money in your account. You're happy that you're not going to wake up hungover tomorrow.
For sure.
You wake up that you're going to be able to train and eat well tomorrow.
For sure. And that's why I think
it's just flipping that mindset from negative to a positive.
It's all mindset. And and it's manifestation as well. It's understanding that. It's picturing in the toughest times, it's picturing
your happiest
moments. And this is touching on episode 4, right? When I told you that I was on the treadmill and you're working really hard. Yeah, you're picturing your body in your head of what you want, and that's what's pushing you, and that's what pushed me.
Summer at the beach, friends.
Yeah. So, you've got your PT business, and I'm sure you're picturing the gym you want, what type of
100%.
brand you want, what apparel, whatever you want,
Exactly.
And it's the same with us now for our brand, and we both know what we want. We both picture all that stuff. So that's why I think manifestation is really important, because I think it can really help individuals with their goals and their objectives. So you really need to understand, there's actually, do you mind if I read it? I'm going to go through this because it's actually online. Through the research we did as well, we found there's actually a few steps that you can actually take, right? We'll quickly skim through these. So I went through 8 different articles, and I found that there's about 6, 7 or 8, I don't know, that are common. So the first one is get clear on what you want. That's important.
Yeah, like I said.
Like we said.
Perfect example. Everyone went to school. I'm sure most of us know about this. It's SMART goals.
Yeah.
Specific, measurable, attainable. What's R? It's SMART.
Realistic.
Yeah, realistic, time bound.
Yeah.
So again, if you say, yep, I want to lose 50 kilos in 3 weeks. It's like, no, you're not. If you say, I want to lose 50 kilos in 2 years. Probably fair. Good on you. So again, it has to be time bound. I don't want to drag this on. Be very specific with your goals, because if you're not, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. All right. So step 2 is ask the universe. And I think that is the actual manifestation action. So it's touching the feeling, the energy, all of that.
Just quickly before I forget, this just popped up in my mind. I learned this when I was working at Chatty, and they said, call it out. Put it, literally put it into the universe.
Yeah,
so it's like saying it out loud. It's like we used to have to do it with our targets. Like, let's say, cool, you got to sell X amount of clothes today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to sell this amount of clothes today. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then it's one, now you have to keep yourself accountable to yourself, and everyone else heard you.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we don't care about what other people think, whatever, but it's like, they know you've said it.
It's not caring about what other people think.
You've put it out to the universe.
Yeah,
you just got to keep yourself accountable to what you said.
So that was step 2, is ask the universe, which is really good. Step 3 is work towards your goals, which is exactly what you said. Make sure that they're specific and you're working towards them.
Break it down, as we said, episode 3 and 4 and 2.
Yeah.
So not 3. Reverse engineering, break it into daily steps and chip away.
Yeah.
Get that chisel, go to work.
Step 4 is, and it's you're going to like this one because it's trust the process.
It is.
Which is exactly what you were saying before.
Process isn't always fun, but
trusting the process is the point in your head where you're understanding why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes, that is so big. And that applies to everything, absolutely everything. It's like, why am I on the stepper? Why am I wearing these clothes? Why am I buying this? Why am I staying home?
Yeah. Why am I exhausted after training? Why am I why am I staying home on a night out? Why are my friends out? Why aren't I out? It's the long-term goal.
Yeah.
So that's a really good one, step 4.
Because again, we said this last time, and it links perfectly with this. It's our long-term success is a accumulation. It's compounded daily efforts. That's all it is.
Yeah. Step 5 is interesting. It's receive and acknowledge what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally what it is. It's receiving and acknowledging what's happening throughout your journey, which is also important. Step 6 is keep your vibration high.
For just on step 5, I think, again, just to sort of put it in more practical terms, the way I just thought about that is, if you're in school, you've studied really hard for a test, and you get a sort of average, not great mark, and you thought you were going to get a lot better. It's just cool. You only got like a C, and you thought you were going to get an A+.
It's acknowledging that you're getting a C from an F or a D. That's what it is.
It's that, and it's knowing that, again, it's done now.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on it. It's done. Acknowledge it and move on.
Yeah, I think that's what that law is.
Yeah.
Step number 6 is keep your vibration high. So always,
energy.
Yeah, according to the law of attraction, always keep your attraction high, keep your energy high, keep everything high. And the 7th one is clear resistance, which is like
resisting the shit that's not going to bring you towards your goals. I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, not going out, saving your money.
Getting rid of doubts, it says. Pain, procrastination, frustration, and anxiety.
Yeah, you can't doubt yourself.
You can't really have any of those with this. And when you've got a clear path, I feel like those just disintegrate anyway. Like, if you're really certain about what you want, you won't have any doubt. You won't procrastinate because you know what you want to the core. It's hard these days with everything and all social media, but yeah, I think So that's a quick 7 steps of manifestation that we found when we had a look. It's quite interesting. I think the points are really, really valuable.
Yeah. I think one thing I wanted to quickly touch on before we sort of wrap up, this is not a very long episode, but with everything we've just said, with the manifestation, especially with the visual stuff, and, again, I'm going to use a car as an example because this is what I've got going on in my head.
Yeah.
And on my phone. It's not just cool, unlock my phone, see the car, move on, go test drive it, come home. Cool, yeah, nice car, it was fast. It's, again, genuinely look at the photo. Feel the car. Don't just have it there and just, oh yeah, it's cool. It's another cool car on my phone, like whatever.
Yeah.
Genuinely think about owning it, feeling it, driving it, smelling it. Don't just flick past it.
Yep.
So that's the biggest thing. Because if you're sort of just have that photo on your phone or on your laptop wallpaper and you go, yeah, cool car. Then it's like, it's not, that's not manifesting. That's just, you've got a nice photo of a car on your phone and your laptop.
You really got to put the work in.
Yeah. No, not about putting the work in.
Just really like...
Yeah, genuinely manifest it.
Yeah.
Again, like I look at every time I unlock my phone, I go like, man, I cannot wait till the day I buy this car.
Yeah.
I am working every day, putting money aside, speaking to brokers, all that sort of stuff. Like this is the process to get me to this end goal.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't just unlock my phone and go, yep, nice. Yeah, cool car, man. Cool car, man. Cool car.
Nice car, man. Nice car.
This one Ferrari?
Oh, this Ferrari. But anyway,
yeah.
so that's what we think. That's why we think manifestation is really important, because we do believe it can really create and push you to the success. You need to really you need to understand what you want. It was good to talk about the different types out there. Like I think all of those are powerful and all of those can be used really well. And yeah, so that's our take on it, and we do believe it's good. Now I'm going to throw that challenge out that I said.
Is it like a...
No, it's not that one.
That's us failing the challenge. Well done. Everyone's cheering for us.
Everyone's cheering us on.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
We've got to find the drum roll one.
Anyways.
Anyway, that's sound effects on the mixer, by the way, guys, if you're wondering what that is. So our challenge, my challenge that I'm putting out for both of us is, because
why am I scared?
Don't be scared. It's so I was watching a video the other day, and it's not taking action, but like really this would be in the physical manifestation section. So dress code, culture, lifestyle. So I want us, right? Because I saw another guy do it and it was really, really interesting. So I want us to document a week of our living, but living the life of the person that we aspire to be. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do some research, and the video will come out. What date? What's the date today? We're recording this on the 19th. So I'm going to start it from the 22nd to the 28th. So that I'll do the whole week and the weekend, and you as well. And we'll research. So people career aspires, tongue twisted. So like your idol, right? Yep. So you assess them, what they do, their lifestyle and stuff like that, and just start living that throughout the week. So if they're waking up who's one of your biggest?
There's so many, man. But yeah, they all do the same. Success leave clues. They get up early. They work fucking hard.
Yeah.
They eat. They train. They go to sleep and they repeat.
All right. So anyway, for me, it's just slightly a bit different, because I've got there's people that I aspire to be, and I'm going to sort of go through their regime of what they do throughout the day. So long story short, it's you documenting yourself throughout a week, living that goal life that you want to. So it's you waking
up. Oh, the goal life is me sleeping in, not doing anything.
No, but it's the process, yeah? So you do your research. We'll put a video out on our Instagram. So if you guys are not following us yet or know the page, go to our Instagram, MK_enterprises. You'll find we'll do like a proper video, like a proper documentation. I'm going to go and look at people that I aspire to be. So in terms of business, real estate, whatever they do, daily regime, stuff like that, I'm going to be dressing up as they would for just normal stuff to get in the mood. And I think both you and I should, at the end of the week, say if we felt any differences. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if we felt any differences in our work ethic or any progression at all, or what we got completed, I think that'd be interesting too. Just like a little video on like actual manifestation, physical manifestation, and see if there's anything there for us. So I think that
sounds
pretty
good.
cool. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna.
That pretty much wraps up episode 5.
Already episode 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
time's flying. We're enjoying this so much. Again, we thank you all very much. And other than that, we will catch you on the flip side of episode 6.
Guys,
stay tuned for that.
Thanks for tuning in for episode 5, and we'll see you next week.
Done.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.